Pete, I mentioned to John Fox, he spent 5 years here as a Giants assistant and knows what the weather is all about. You were 4 years as a Jets assistant, 1 year as a head coach. You know what the weather's all about here this time of the year. What kind of factor do you think it'll be on Sunday?
Well, it depends on the wind, I think. It's going to be cold enough that it's going to be a factor to some extent. And if the wind is light, then it's not that big a deal. There's always a effect on the ball and the ball handling. So that's what we have to consider a little bit sometimes with catching the football. There can be, 3 or 4 plays a game that the guys, they don't make the plays they normally make. But so it just depends. If the wind is up, then that's a whole different story.
Now, you were here the middle of December, so from what I remember, it wasn't a horrible day. Weather-wise.
No, we had a good day, yeah.
So is there anything you can take out of that? Just being in the stadium?
Just that we've been here. Sure, I do, make sure the players are aware of that. That we've been here, we've been in the locker rooms, and we've been on this field and all that. It helps that we've been around. It's not a brand new setting for us. We'll visit the stadium the day before the game, as we always do, and so we'll feel comfortable being here.
Tell me about Richard Sherman. I mean, the nation knows him from that 18-second rant on TV after the championship game, but obviously you know him much differently.
He's an extraordinary young man. He's a brilliant kid. He's as competitive as you can be. He's as emotional as a player can be. He plays on high emotion and operates in that realm when he's playing the football game, and that's what you saw. He's well aware of his situation. He understands. He wants to demonstrate respect and all that. And in that moment, I think if you stick the camera in his face again right at the end of the game or following plays like that, he's still going to be highly emotional, and that's just the way he operates. We love him. He's a team leader. He's a great competitive kid, as I said. He's a very, very savvy football player.
Dan Marino got the Dolphins to the Super Bowl in his second year. Tom Brady got the Patriots to the Super Bowl in his second year, really his first year as a starter. Russell Wilson in his second year. How good is he right now, and how good can he be?
He's a terrific football player on our team for sure, and he manages our games in the style that we want to play in. He's got all the confidence in the world when we need to call on him in big situations. He's very steady, very consistent, on point. This game will not be too big for Russell. He's ready for this, and we have a style of play that we ask him to be the point guard in this offense and just move the ball around and get it around and do the things that he can do, and he'll do that, and he's done it in every game. We really don't care about the big numbers from him. We're just trying to manage a winning football game, and he knows how to do that.
Can he win a high-scoring game if it comes to that against this team?
Well, we put up a lot of points when we were learning what we could do last year, and if we've got to go to it, we'll just crank it up and go. We would rather play the style of football we played that's very physical and very aggressive and features the running game in our defense and special teams. If the game calls for it, then we'll just cut it loose and he'll take off with it.
But it also makes Marshawn Lynch a very important player, not only to get you guys in the end zone, but to keep the Denver offense off the field.
Marshawn has been an extraordinary aspect of our offense for the years he's been with us. He's a very, very much consistent football player. He's had those great 1,000-yard years and 10 touchdown-plus years for 3 straight years. So he shows you that he's going to be there. He'll be there in this football game, too. We're going to keep pounding away with him and give him his shots. Everything circles around that. The running game is where we begin kind of the toughness and the aggressiveness of this football team to go along with the defense and special teams, and we're going to count on them in a big way again.
Only Jimmy Johnson and Barry Switzer have won NCAA championships and Super Bowls. How much would that mean to you to be the third?
Well, there are not very many guys that have done that, so I'm aware of that. That's not a goal by any means, but it is something that someday you look back at and you might be a pretty small group to be part of. And those guys did a great job to get that done, and that would be kind of cool to be part of that.
And final thing, Pete, I know you've talked a lot this week about the Jets and being only given 1 season by Leon Hess, and then he made the change. In the back of your mind a little bit, a little opportunity to show the New York fans, how good a coach you've really become?
Well, no, I don't think about that at all. I mean, we've been in New York a few times and played here, and I like coming back. I just love the New York atmosphere and the environment here, particularly around the world of sports. And so it was a great honor to be here then and coach for them. And then it's also an honor to come back and play against the teams here. So it's exciting in that we're here in one of the great places to play a championship football game. So we'll do the best we can.